Avatar Frontiers of Pandora was finally revealed today. It was announced over 4 years ago and we finally got our first look at this game. It is slated for a 2022 release, however, just with the way that the world's going in terms of gaming and the constant delays, I'm not going to be holding my breath for that date. There's no indication as to when in 2022 it should land, it just says in 2022. In terms of what kind of game it actually will be, this will be a first-person open-world action-adventure game. Now, my opinion on whether it's better for a first-person or third-person, I do not like how it's a first-person adventure game. Adventure game's great, open world's great, I think that suits the Avatar property very well. However, being first-person, I don't like it. I feel like a first-person view with this kind of game, you don't really get to appreciate the gravity and the scale of the world around you. You get a much more narrow point of view, and this prevents the players from really taking into account the entire environment, which is something that you would want to show off in an Avatar game. You can see in the trailer there's a lot of detail in the foliage and the plant life and the animals and different creatures that you see. So then restricting your view to the player by going first person, that decision didn't really make that much sense to me. Let me know your thoughts about it down below. Do you like the first person or would you prefer a third person like me? In terms of the story, this game isn't tied to the original Avatar movies. I love this because then you're not tied in to any kind of creative barriers or continuity issues that you might run into. It's a brand new game, a whole new story, set in the Western Frontier, a never before seen part of Pandora, featuring a living and reactive world. You will play as the Na'vi against the humans and their mechs. One cool thing that they could add into the game is giving the players a choice to play as the humans or the Na'vi. At this point in time, they did say that you are only playing as the Na'vi against the humans and their mechs. I don't know if there's going to be scope where you could play as a human later on, or if you're only going to be able to play as the Na'vi. However, for me, that could be a cool addition to the game where you could play both sides of the conflict. The game is being built with the Snowdrop engine, which The Division uses as well. And the team actually worked with James Cameron to make sure the world felt right for a world of discovery and nature. So it does seem like there's going to be a big emphasis on exploring the world around you, which again is why the decision to make it first person view doesn't really make that much sense to me. The game is being developed by Massive Entertainment in partnership with Lightstorm Entertainment and Disney itself. Just looking at the photos and the footage now, there obviously is a big emphasis on the variety of creatures and the environments as well. So it's definitely going to be a world that I'm really excited to look into and just start exploring. In terms of the platforms it will be released on in 2022, the game is developed for the PlayStation 5, Windows PC, Xbox Series X, and will also be available on Stadia and
Howard, what do you do in the game? The game being StarField. Well, it's coming out next year, so there will be a lot of time to show actual gameplay, and we'll do that closer to release like we usually do. He explains with impeccably practiced patience, okay. But I will say this, it is a first-person and third-person game, like our other ones. We like that style of gameplay. First-person for us is still the prime way of playing, so you can see the world and touch all of those things. Biggest takeaway here. No gameplay till closer to release. We got our release date. It's November 11th, 2022. So my money is on a gameplay reveal next E3. I'd be very shocked if that were not the case and Bethesda revealed it earlier than that. We have QuakeCon coming.
This is the largest and most diverse open world ever in a Forza Horizon game. And there is no better car to explore it than the stunning AMG Project One Forza Edition. Rendered in unparalleled detail and with ray tracing in Forza Vista thanks to the power of the Xbox Series consoles. Right down to the individual needles on these cholla cactus. The scene looks real. But there are no tricks. This is in-game. Maddie is behind the wheel of the AMG Project One Forza Edition in Mexico's lush, living desert. The perfect place to meet up with friends and head out for a drive. Thanks to the next generation of our Horizon Live servers, everyone else we see here are real players. And it looks like Maddie has been joined by some other members of the Forza team.